Hey, Venetia's Cutesies. So I want to tell you the story when I was like in middle school, right? I was in middle school, right? And I was in the 7th grade, right? And we was in PE, right? So this girl came up to me, right? I was like, when she stopped me and telling me like, do I like the Playboy bunny? I was like curious, like, what's she talking about? Like, is she talking about my birthmarks? But then when she pointed to my earring, that's what she was talking about. She didn't see my birthmarks, And I didn't know what the hell she was talking about, right? So this is how the conversation went, right? So I'm doing my laps around the corner, right? And she was on the jungle gym, right? Not on the jungle gym, but you know that little bar and you gotta do pull-ups with? She was on that, right? So she see me coming around the laps, right? So she went up to me, right? And keep in mind, I had like these earrings what had like, it was like bunnies, right? And I guess it was the symbol for a Playboy bunny, right? I didn't know that, right? Because I'm still in middle school, right? So she came up to me, right? And the conversation went like this. You love the Playboy bunny? And I was confused. I was like, what's she talking about, But then I was like, ah, snap. Did she saw my birthmark? Because it is a shape as a bunny, right? So she was like, I was like, no, I don't like that, I didn't understand what she was talking about, right? And I didn't want to pry into it, like, because I got to finish my laps or I'll get an F for that class, right? So she was hurrying up and telling me what she meant by that, right? So she was telling me, after I thought she was talking about my birthmark, I was like looking down, like seeing if my legs was covered, because I didn't want no one else to see I had birthmarks, right? Or I had a birthmark shaped as a bunny, right? So she was like, no, your earrings, right? And I was like, my earrings? What about them, She's like, it's a shape as a bunny, right? So I was like, I'm lost. Like, what are you saying, So she was kind of explaining to me that they had a magazine and it's about these kind of like naked girls or something like that, right? And I'm still clueless because I'm thinking that she's not really talking about the Playboy bunny, right? I'm thinking she's still talking about my birthmark, right, on my leg. So she was talking, and the teacher was like calling me, and telling me, hurry up and finish your laps, right? So I'm jogging, right? She's still beside me, right? She's like, I didn't know you liked the Playboy bunny, and all those kind of stuff, right? And I was like, I don't, I didn't even know. I got those earrings from the warehouse. The warehouse is like the biggest hair place, right? So I got that over there, right? And it was like maybe like, I think it was $1 or so. So I'm not really thinking too much when I pick up my earrings and my jewelry at the warehouse, right? The hair warehouse, right? So usually me and my sisters live in the warehouse of here, right? Some lady told me that she lives in like that other place, and that's for her main place to shop or stuff like that, right? So I told her the main place we live in and we don't want to leave is the warehouse. Why? I don't know. We just love going there. We go there almost every day, That was like our second home, So that happened, right? So I'm like, I hope she didn't see my birthmarks, Thinking in my head like, oh my God. I'm thinking that she's talking about my birthmarks. She ain't talking about my earrings, right? Because there's no possible way she's talking about my earrings. And I'm wearing short pants because it's gym. You have to wear like a black gym pants and a white t-shirt, right? So I'm still not thinking that she's talking about the real Playboy bunny, right? Like, I like those kind of stuff and I'll grow up to be that kind of person, right? Not thinking that she's talking about that. I'm still thinking that she saw my birthmarks. But it's in between my left leg, right? So it's on my leg, So I'm like, she must be saying about my birthmark. There's no possible way she can see my birthmarks. The way I'm running, she can't see my birthmarks, right? So I'm like looking down every time I'm running, just in case she's looking at my birthmarks, you know. So I was still running. Apparently got a C because the time I finished, it was, I think it was like 3 minutes, and you're supposed to like finish in 2 minutes or something like that. You guys, I'm out of shape, you know. The only time I want to do exercise is, you know that little bar when you pull up yourself? I love doing that, right? I could spend hours on that, you know, flipping off of it, pulling up, like doing stupid little tricks on it. But I don't do it anymore because I don't go to the gym. I don't go to like any place would have that kind of stuff, right? The last time I went on one of the bars or little, you know, the little circle things, and it's for like 2 arms, you know. I went on that maybe like, I think it was 2000 and I'm not too sure. That was the last time I went on one of those bars, you know, to pull up yourself, right? I don't know if I still can pull up myself. My arm's kind of like, it's not hurting, but I think if I went on that like today or so, I think I'll break my arm. Not as strong than it was before, right? So maybe in the future I'll go back on there, and I'm still trying to work on this arm. Remember when I went to the hospital? It still hurts time to time, you know, but like if I do anything or like a stunt with this arm or like flip or do something meaning with my arms, I think I'll break it, you know. So my arms are not strong enough to pull up myself anymore. I don't think so. But maybe like in the future, if I go to like a park and have that, you know, I would try it, you know. I don't think I will flip off of it anymore. I'm not that young anymore. That was like in middle school I started to do that, you know. So that happened, right? So that was the time that I thought this girl actually saw my birthmarks, but not really see my birthmarks. She was talking about my earrings. But I was still curious that she saw my birthmarks. I didn't want to like tell her, like I didn't want to ask her a question like do you see something on my leg? You know, what don't supposed to be there, or do you see a discolored pigment on my leg? You know, I didn't want to tell her that because what if she started looking and then she started looking at me like, your skin is so weird, like your skin is disgusting, you know. I didn't want to tell her that, you know. I didn't want to ask that question, you know. So I was like, let's pretend like she's talking about my earrings, you know. Let's pretend, you know, because I'm still thinking that she's talking about my birthmarks. But that's the time that happened.